I'm a lifelong local, so believe me when I say that I love Las Vegas. It's truly a great city. I recently did a video that listed the top 10 reasons why you should consider moving here. So in the spirit of that video, I thought it was important to also make a video listing the top reasons why you shouldn't move here, or why you might not want to move here. Moving to a new city is a huge decision, and having the full story on your next destination is important so you don't have buyer's remorse. By the end of this video, you're going to know about all the major thorns that Las Vegas has, so you can figure out if our city is right for you. If you can't handle the heat for a couple of months, then Vegas might not be the right place for you. And I'm not talking about that, oh my God, it's 85 degrees. I guess we finally have to turn on the AC for the first time this year kind of heat, like in California. I'm talking about 2 to 3 months straight over 100 degrees, sweating at night, having you question the existence of God kind of heat. Average temperatures from June to August range from 102 to 107 degrees, and it's not uncommon for us to have a few consecutive days over 110 degrees when the heat waves come. The only saving grace is that we have dry heat, since let's face it, if we had those temperatures with humidity, no one's living here. Las Vegas has two really tough allergy seasons every year, one in the spring and one in the fall. Now you would think that a desert wouldn't have these issues, but our drier climate makes it so the lack of humidity dries our noses and makes it easier for pollen to enter our lungs. We actually have a huge amount of ragweed here, which is one of the most common types of airborne pollen. Aside from ragweed, we have many other types of tree pollen that is very fine and powdery. And Vegas is located in a valley, so we consistently have high winds that carry all of that pollen around. If you get bad seasonal allergies, then I would recommend checking out the different types of allergens we have here. Ask anyone who lived in Vegas from 2008 to 2012, and they're going to tell you about the significant impact the Great Recession had on our local economy. And back then, we really felt the effects of the recession harder than most cities in America. Our highest unemployment rate back in the day reached almost 15%, while the overall rate for the nation was closer to 10% at the peak. The truth is that Vegas is more prone to recession due to our higher reliance on tourism as an economic driver. If the Strip doesn't do well, then jobs are lost, tax revenue goes lower, and things get cut. The silver lining, though, is that we've experienced a lot of economic diversification over the past 15 years, which should reduce the impact of a nationwide recession the next time that it happens. Tourism is still the big boy in town, so make sure you understand that if tourism falters, it can really have a domino effect. Nevada's overall healthcare system is ranked towards the bottom of the nation. The United Health Foundation has us ranked 42nd in their annual report, as you can see here. One of the biggest issues we face is access to care, where we're ranked dead last in the country. We also have a high percentage of people that avoid care due to cost, since the cost of healthcare is increasing here and across the nation. Part of the issue we face is that we need more doctors, with the population increasing so much over the past few decades. Our laws make that difficult, though, since we have malpractice laws that are very favorable to the patients. In fact, we recently had a bill passed that increased the cap on medical malpractice damages. Many doctors warn that this would push some physicians out of state due to the skyrocketing costs of medical malpractice insurance premiums. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't have any good hospitals or doctors here. Las Vegas actually has some of the best hospitals in the state, such as Mountain View Hospital and Southern Hills Hospital. One of the best parts of living in Las Vegas is the fact that Nevada has no state income tax, so you keep more of the money that you make. Now, the caveat to no state income tax is that we have less money for things like education, so the other fees that you're paying can typically be higher to bridge the state's revenue gap. One example of this is our sales tax. Nevada actually has the 7th highest sales tax in the nation at 6.85%, but we actually also add a local tax on top of that to make the total sales tax here about 8.23%. Now, I personally think it's better to have a higher tax on consumption versus income, but if you think moving to Las Vegas means that all taxation is lower, then think again. Sadly, Nevada is consistently ranked as a bottom 5 state in the nation when it comes to education. A recent study done by Scholaroo concluded, and I quote, Nevada ranks 49th in educational attainment, 42nd in school quality, 46th in best school systems in America, 47th in numeracy and literacy rate, 49th in dropout rate, 48th in master's degree, and last in share of doctorate's degree in the nation. For Las Vegas, these stats ring true. Our public school system here has consistent staffing issues and is a bureaucratic nightmare. Part of the issue here is that our education system is severely underfunded since we pay no state tax here. Now that doesn't mean that a good education in Vegas is hard to come by. We actually have some very good private schools in the area, including the Meadows School, Bishop Gorman, Las Vegas Day School, and Faith Lutheran, just to name a few. We also have a lot of good charter schools in the area as well. If you guys are interested, I've listed some links in the description about these schools so you guys can get some more info. There's always something to do in Vegas at all hours. We have bars, lounges, casinos that are all open 24/7. The fact is that Vegas is the perfect place to feed addiction if you struggle with it. Alcoholism, drug abuse, gambling, etc. All these addictions can become exacerbated living here, and if you struggle with these issues and you're considering moving here, then I strongly suggest you think more about the decision. Now, it's not like other cities don't already have all of these vices available, and I should say that it's very easy to avoid these things when you live here. The point is, Vegas takes the cake when it comes to these vices because the city was built as a mecca for tourists that wanted to escape and party for the weekend. We live in a desert, so water conservation is a key issue here. That's because our main water source of Lake Mead has been dropping consistently over the past few decades. Last year, the lake got to an all-time low record level of 1,040 feet. And for reference, a full pool is considered to be at 1,229 feet. Now, this issue isn't something that impacts our day-to-day life severely right now, but it could in the coming decades. The silver lining, though, is that Las Vegas has become the capital of water conservation, since we do an excellent job of recycling water and using what we have, even in the face of water cuts. Certain rules and incentives have been created to encourage our population to help, such as outlawing pools that are larger than 10,000 gallons and offering a credit back to homeowners that convert their landscaping to desert landscaping. The lake levels have actually risen this year after some blizzards added to the snowpack in the Rockies and fed the Colorado River. The current level is at 1,063 feet. Car insurance is actually more expensive in Las Vegas versus the national average. The reason is because we're considered to be a 24-hour city, so there are more chances for accidents and issues to occur. We also have a huge influx of tourists year-round, so we always have extra drivers on the road. Average car insurance premiums for minimum coverage are roughly $973 a year or $81 a month. For full coverage, the average is roughly $2779 a year or $231 a month. In my research, I did find a few competing numbers that claim to be the average, so I decided to go with the most conservative estimate. I will say that personally, I pay closer to like $2,200 a year, which is more common amongst the friends and family that I have here. Gas prices here are usually higher than the national average, so be prepared to pay more at the pump. Here are some of the recent numbers. According to AAA, the national average recently was $3.87 a gallon, while in Nevada it was $4.42 a gallon. We're a commuter town, so you're going to be driving everywhere when living here. I would definitely take gas prices into consideration when you're budgeting a move here. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions about moving to Las Vegas or about our housing market, then I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.